Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Jam on the Couch. Really excited to be bringing you this one. I think this is one that is pretty much going to ring a bell with every single one of you. And it's something that we deal with on a daily basis. Actually, scrap that. We actually deal with it on an hourly basis. Whether it's with our clients, with ourselves, and even with each other, all right? And it's quite an emotional one as well. It's all about stress, okay? I thought the Incredible Hulk was the way to come out there. But yeah, and what Ross has just actually went and done there was give you a bit of a display of how stress manifests itself and how it actually can come out. But essentially, stress is a perception, all right? It's not a real thing, all right? What it actually is, it's actually what goes on behind it, all right? That's the real root of the problem. Yeah. Stress is what actually comes to the surface, all right? That's just what we know it as, but it's what's caused it. That's what the stress is. That's the root of the problem, and that's what we try to do in our coaching sessions with our clients, and that's what we try, believe it or not, that's what we try to do with each other and with ourselves. All right, we do take a lot of time to do a lot of deep reflection, and you might not believe it, but we do have a little bit of meditation time in that office.
And a punch bag.
Alright.
Or just hang our heads in there.
And when we're talking about a punch bag, we are not referring to Grant. That is not what he is employed for. But everyone has it, guys. Alright? The fundamental truth
Could be anything.
Yeah, and you cannot escape it.
Yeah.
It's always going to be present. And here's the weird thing as well, guys. Stress can actually be a very, very positive thing. Alright? So, and I know some of you are probably sat there going, alright? It can be a good thing. Alright? And I mean, you were actually talking to a client this morning about that, about stress, and how it can be a positive thing.
I mean, you can get, even exercising is classed as a stress. So you just coming into the gym is generally putting your body under stress, but it's actually benefiting you, and exercise does do that. But if you look at that and you put it into another perspective, if you're leaving here and you've got something else that's on your mind that's affecting you, that then when you come into the gym it's going to be added stress on top of that, rather than combating what else is going on out with. So it's trying to juggle the other factors that are going on in your life that's maybe affecting your exercise as well, which is what we try and combat by sitting you down and actually trying to lower these stress levels that's going on out with the gym and try and make it more enjoyable in here by making this less stressful.
Yeah.
But it still is a stress, if you know what I mean. It puts your body under stress, it heightens your stress levels. It's a difficult one, but it's good for you, the stress you get from exercise, and we want to try and make that enjoyable stress rather than something that's actually going to make the stress that you're getting out with worse.
Yeah, yeah.
If that makes sense.
It's a bit of a head mess, really, guys.
Yeah.
That was the spaghetti junction of your mind just going completely bananas there at peak time. But that's essentially what it is we kind of help people do in our coaching sessions. A lot of the time people aren't achieving their goals, they're not reaching their true potential because they've got so much baggage. Yeah?
Indeed, I mean, work would be primarily what you're talking about here. A lot of people have sort of work long shifts and are pretty much programmed in the mindset, I've got to do this, I've got a deadline, I've got to cram everything in. But if you take a backward step and just see that, I mean, actually getting a good night's sleep, giving yourself enough time to recover, getting the right nutrition, it's going to be far more beneficial to help you hit that deadline rather than try to do an 18-hour day or just absolutely madly cram it in.
Yeah.
And again, that's where you're going to get the stress hormone cortisol coming in, and that's going to have a really negative effect on your workouts. You're not going to be able to give 100%. So again, you're going to lag behind with that, and it's not going to particularly help whatever you're trying to achieve with your own individual goals.
Yeah.
So it is important to really try and keep things in perspective and just take a backward step and look at
It is a really touchy subject, stress. We want, I'm stressed. But it's the same. It happens in our work as well. Like we have a lot to get in during our day as well as you, but we have to find other ways of taking our mind off what we do, and we want to deal with our clients every day and all day, but we have to find ways of taking our mind off that as well, because what is it the saying is, we look to work to live rather than live to work, and a lot of people are the live to work, and we don't want people to be like that. We want to work to live, and obviously when you're coming in here you want to get the most out of your exercise, and you're not going to get that if you're working all the time and you're in the work at 7:30 in the morning until 7 at night and you're still not getting things done. And that's why we feel that now we want to try and take you away from that and try and give you options that are going to make your day more productive but less. So you're not going to be doing longer shifts, but you're going to be getting more done in the actual hours in the week that you have.
Yeah, I think, what Greg is trying to say can actually be summed up in one little sentence, alright? You don't want to work hard. Yeah. they all come out on the couch, guys. But it's a very, very simple concept, alright? You don't want to work hard, you want to work smart.
Definitely.
Alright? Working hard will only get you so far, and then you'll just take a nice big crash into the dirt. You want to work smart, and what we mean by that is that by spending a little bit of time, taking that step back that Ross has kind of said, and actually looking at what's going on, there's a process of prioritization and deprioritization that you can go through to start figuring these things out. Now, what will that actually help you do? It will actually help you start to understand what are the things that are stressing you out and what are the things that you are anxious about. Alright, and you'll start to make those differences and you'll start to break things down, and ultimately you are going to become a happier person.
We want you to be happy, we want you to have a smile.
Absolutely.
I try to smile all the time, but I don't know if I look good when I do it, so I can't get set.
But that's the key thing, alright? What Greg's actually kind of talking about, that smile factor. Whenever Greg comes into work, he definitely doesn't work smart. He's still working hard at the moment, alright? But the great thing with all of us here is we're happy with what we're doing, alright? And you guys see it, alright? You see that, especially for the likes of Gillian and I, we're here at 5:45 in the morning till 9:30 at night. But we're happy, alright? We get to do what we want to do, the way that we want to do it, all day long.
You'd sort that work-life balance out.
I know, that's it.
Yeah, you're definitely up here on the work to life balance, but you enjoy doing it.
But the other thing as well is that what you guys don't get to see on the other side of the coin is, Gillian and I actually take a lot of time away from the business during the day. When there's not classes on, Gillian will disappear for a wee while, then she'll come back, I'll disappear for a wee while. And
I don't know where they go, but I don't think it's like swimming or doing any lifting or that, but yeah, they definitely get out.
But no, we get separation, because if not, let's be honest, Gillian and I would be killing each other. Right? But there are so many things that you can do to combat stress, guys. And
get down and speak to us.
yeah, that's where it starts. Alright, because right now, you're stuck.
Yeah.
You should never undergo a workout regime without particularly having a look at sort of your psychology as well. It's fair enough, you're in good physical condition, but if you're not there mentally, you're not going to get much from the workouts.
That's it. How can you squat when your head is up your bum? Alright? That's for another video blog. We'll actually demonstrate how not to do that. But that's essentially what it is, guys. If your head's not there, the body can't follow.
No.
Alright? So take a little bit of time. Here's a great opportunity for you guys. Take some time to reflect on what this video has actually said and what it actually means to you. And think about how it's actually made you feel. Alright? And if you start digging up some things, then reach out. I'll be there. Sorry, that's why I'm in fitness and not in cabaret. Guys, it's been great talking to you. Come again.
See you next time. Bye bye.